Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and the pads are finally on at One Jets Drive. Today, I'm going to be breaking down what happened at Jets Training Camp this morning, the first day when full pads. This is where training camp officially begins because it's really hard to evaluate certain position groups without pads on. So I'm really excited to break down what happened at training camp this morning. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're inching close to a big milestone of 18,000 subscribers. So help out your boy, hit that milestone by simply hitting that subscribe button and liking the video if you guys enjoy. And more importantly, feel free to comment your thoughts and your biggest takeaways from the New York Jets training camp this morning. So I was not in attendance, as you guys know. It was not open to the public this morning, but I will be there on Thursday. So I am going to be referring to all the Jets beat reporters on Twitter and really getting a good idea of what happened at camp. First, let's talk about some injury news. The positive is Will McDonald was back on the practice field, and he actually looked really darn good out there. He was dealing with a leg contusion, so it's good to see the rookie not having a big setback, because this is really important for a rookie like Will McDonald to be able to get as many reps early in training camp. I'm excited to see what he does in the preseason, and we'll be talking about him later on in the video. Some bad news, but not terrible news at all. Allen Lazard was not practicing today. He has some muscle tightness in his leg, so the Jets and Robert Saleh said they're just playing a precaution. They don't want to rush him back out there. There's no reason to do that. First week, late July, there's literally a month to go, or more than a month to go before week number 1. So with muscle tightness, no reason to force Allen Lazard out there. So just something to keep in mind. The Jets are being precautionary, and Allen Lazard was not practicing today. Other than that, the injury news, that's it. So let's get into what happened on the practice field today. So remember, when pads go on, everything changes, right? We can actually evaluate what goes on in the trenches, because without pads on, the defensive line obliterates the offensive line every single rep, right? The pads is where the offensive lineman, you can finally evaluate what's going on. So let's start off with the trenches, because again, that's really the biggest focal point for me when the pads go on, is what's going on that defensive and offensive line. So Mekhi Becton had a rough start to the pads on in practice. Apparently, he got pulled, actually, because he was getting obliterated by Carl Lawson on back-to-back reps to start off practice. And if any guys remember, back in 2021, before Carl Lawson injured himself with that Achilles injury against the Green Bay Packers in that joint scrimmage, that's what the entire thing was all about. Mekhi Becton's rookie season, Carl Lawson was the talk of training camp, and he was obliterating Becton pretty much every other rep. And then we get Carl Lawson beating Becton on back-to-back reps, and then Will McDonald, he goes out there and he obliterates Mekhi Becton to the point where Mekhi Becton apparently gets replaced by Carter Warren with that second team. So that's definitely interesting to hear that Mekhi Becton is easing his way in, and this is something that should not really spark some fear or spark some worry into Jets fans, in my opinion. The first day with pads, Mekhi Becton hasn't played football in 2 years because of his injury, and when you go up against the speedsters like a Carl Lawson and Will McDonald, Carl Lawson's going to get the better of Mekhi Becton, and I think this is a good opportunity for Mekhi to grow and learn from it. So that offensive tackle position is really going to be intriguing to watch, because that is probably the most important position battle, because we got Billy Turner still starting at left tackle. We're still waiting for Dwayne Brown to get activated off the PUP list. We got Carter Warren, the rookie. Max Mitchell has been looking really good at right tackle, so definitely keep in mind what's going on with that offensive tackle position. But so far, the defensive line and the edge rushers with pads on get the better of Mekhi Becton. Sticking with the trenches, Quinnen Williams makes a big-time play. I mean, he was dominant without pads, and when you put pads on Quinnen Williams, you just expect him to dominate yet again. That's exactly what he does. This play was really interesting to see on Twitter. Apparently, Quinnen Williams eats up a screen on Bam Knight, and apparently he almost could have intercepted it because he was in the backfield that fast. Quinnen Williams is the best player on the New York Jets, and he continues to flash that way every single time you see him out there in practice. Now, getting into what happened with Aaron Rodgers. So this was a up-and-down practice for the offense. It started off well, then it kind of got a little shaky, and then it was good. I think it was an up and down day overall for the offense, but let's start off with the good. Rodgers had a good throw on the move to Jeremy Ruckert, placed it where only Jeremy Ruckert can get it, and then he had a really quick lob down the sideline dime to Garrett Wilson. Unfortunately, I don't have any video footage to show you guys, but I'm sure it'll be surfacing on Twitter and social media later on today. But Aaron Rodgers having that quick lob sideline dime to Garrett Wilson just shows me that they're starting to get that Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers chemistry, because that's really what made the Rodgers and Davante Adams duo so lethal, is their ability to just be on the same page. Right when the ball snapped, you lob it up there, Davante Adams makes a play. You see like Aaron Rodgers is doing the same thing with Garrett Wilson. You just throw it up there, Garrett Wilson's going to go make a play and be elite like we all expect him to be. Aaron Rodgers also threw a 40 or 35 to 40 yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. I wish I had video footage of this, but the Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson chemistry is lethal immediately. I did not expect it to be this good right out of the gate, because it kind of takes some time for a quarterback and the wide receiver to get on the same page. But Jets fans, get excited, because Aaron Rodgers is cooking up with number 17 and Garrett Wilson in year number 2. So that is a definite fun thing to look out for. And then Aaron Rodgers also throws a bullet back shoulder dime to Tyler Conklin for a first down. Put it only where Tyler Conklin can get it. And I've been saying it pretty much in every training camp video that Tyler Conklin's name keeps coming up. And I think that he is a player to keep in mind that could be a breakout candidate in this offense. And the Nathaniel Hackett ran offense loves their tight ends, and Tyler Conklin seems to be that guy that Aaron Rodgers is relying on. Keep in mind, CJ Uzomah is not practicing. He's on the PUP list. So Jeremy Ruckert and Tyler Conklin are the 1 and 2 tight ends early on in training camp. Now, getting into the bad, there were some miscues with Aaron Rodgers. He actually threw his first interception of training camp, and that happened to be to Sauce Gardner. Now, according to all the tweets that I've been seeing, it looked like a miscommunication with Aaron Rodgers and Jeremy Ruckert, and they threw it right to Sauce Gardner, and there was no receiver in the area of Sauce Gardner. And if I was there, I probably can get a better understanding of what happened, but based off what I'm seeing, it just looked like Jeremy Ruckert either ran the wrong route. Rich Cimini said that Aaron Rodgers was calling an audible, doing some hand signals before the snap. Maybe that was the reason he called an audible. Maybe Ruckert or whoever else on the team didn't really know what was going on, what play he was changing it to. And that's going to happen early on in training camp. You know, the offense is trying to get on the same page, and communication is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to getting the offense all together in unison. So it's not like Aaron Rodgers threw an inaccurate pass. It was more of a miscommunication error, and Sauce Gardner gets the first interception of his training camp in year number 2. Now, let's talk about some rookies, because the rookies actually flashed today. So I want to talk about Izzy. He had a 50-plus yard touchdown run with the third team. He's looking good. When I was at training camp over the weekend, I definitely kept in mind and was looking out for Izzy, number 25, because I'm really curious to see his explosiveness in person. He definitely has that. He definitely has that spark and that ability to take it the distance. He has that home run hitting potential that Robert Saleh always loves to allude to. So watch out for Izzy continuing to get that all those reps early in preseason. Excited to see what he can do. Another rookie who had a good day today at practice is Zaire Barnes. He had a sack on Zach Wilson, and Saleh actually was asked about Zaire Barnes. Eric Allen asked him a question, and according to Robert Saleh, he's included in that third linebacker competition that they're next to Quincy Williams and CJ Mosley. Jamian Sherwood is the front runner to win that. I'm expecting him to be the starting linebacker if the Jets do not bring back Quan Alexander, but it's cool to hear Barnes' name, because he is an intriguing day 3 player that the Jets got in the draft last season, and he's making some plays, and when the pads go on, this is where the linebackers and the defense can really start laying the wood, and it's cool to see that Barnes is making some plays. And then Carter Warren, when he replaced Mekhi Becton, apparently Michael Clemens was literally obliterating him. Absolutely obliterating him, because look at this tweet right here. Zach Wilson apparently threw a laser to undrafted free agent wide receiver Xavier Gibson. And then the very next play, Gibson had a reverse for a touchdown. But in that same tweet, Michael Clemens, was absolutely obliterating the rookie Carter Warren at left tackle after he replaces Mekhi Becton. So long day for the offensive tackle spot, but this is really a good understanding of where this Jets team is at in terms of the offensive line and the defensive line battle. There were some times where the pass protection was good. There were some times where the defensive line was getting to the quarterback, and that's really what it comes down to for these New York Jets when the pads go on. And then another rep that I do want to talk about on the defensive side of the ball, DJ Reed apparently clamped up Corey Davis on a deep throw. It was incomplete. Really cool to see that dynamic between DJ Reed versus Corey Davis. With Allen Lazard not out there, Aaron Rodgers seemed to be really feeding both Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis. And on Sunday, when I was at practice, there was a play where Corey Davis beat DJ Reed on a go route down the sideline and had a step on him, but Rodgers just missed him and overthrew him by a yard. So it seems like this one, he tried to get on the same page with Davis again, but DJ Reed said, no, ain't happening. And then the final play I want to talk about, which some people are going to want to hear about this, who seems to be poised to have a really good preseason is Jerome Cap. Had a great catch that got the offense really fired up. Apparently, he was like being held and he still brought in the catch. This is one of those players that I think Jets fans are going to fall in love with in the preseason. I can just see it already. He's going to get a touchdown or make a big play, and Jets fans on Twitter are going to go crazy. Jerome Cap, can't wait to see what you do in the preseason. So that's going to wrap up all the notes that I took away from all the Jets beat reporters on Twitter this morning at camp. My biggest takeaways is that it was an up and down day for the offense and Aaron Rodgers. He threw his first interception of practice. He also had some dimes to Garrett Wilson, had a long touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson, threw a nice pass to Jeremy Ruckert, nice pass to Tyler Conklin, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they definitely got the better of those offensive tackles, especially Mekhi Becton. Long day for Mekhi Becton. Curious to see what happens with him. So yeah, guys, that's really my biggest takeaways. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Cannot wait to be back at practice on Thursday. I will be there. Hopefully, I will see some of you guys there. Always appreciate all the support, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed, and comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji if you enjoyed and stayed all the way until the end of the video. I'll catch you guys next time. And let's go Jets. Peace out.